Hi, hello everyone. It's me, CA Sanjay. So welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to have a very quick revision of chapter number 2, strategic analysis, external environment using power chart. So if I'm saying about this power chart, which I have already mentioned in all my past videos. So this is nothing but entire SM syllabus has been covered in just 24 pages, and this is going to be a game changer for your last day revision. I'm very sure this is going to help you a lot, and lot. So please make sure you are using this power chart for your last day revision. Okay. Yes. So let's start with chapter 2. Chapter 2, as you all know, strategic analysis, external environment, whose weightage is almost 10 marks. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss 14 topics from this chapter: KSF, key success factor, product life cycle, experience curve, attractiveness of industry, competitive landscape, value chain analysis, value creation, Michael Porter's 5 forces: pestle analysis, micro versus macro, strategic analysis, business environment, globalization, customer behavior, and customer analysis. These are the 14 topics which we are going to deal in this particular chapter. We'll be using, for certain topics we'll be covered using the power chart, and for certain other topics we'll be using our study material. Okay. Yes. So starting with key success factor, let's start with key success factor. Yes. So what is key success factor? Key success factor means they are the critical elements an organization should focus to achieve success in an industry. എടാ നിങ്ങൾ ഏതൊരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ബിസിനസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്തായാലും ശരി, ആ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിർബന്ധമായിട്ടും വേണ്ട പ്രീ റെക്വിസിറ്റ്സ്, ദേ ആർ ദ ക്രിട്ടിക്കൽ ഫാക്ടർ, ദേ ആർ ദ പ്രീ റെക്വിസിറ്റ് ഫോർ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി സക്സസ്. ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത്, ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ബിസിനസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത്, ആ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി സക്സസ് ആകുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിക്കേണ്ട പ്രീ റെക്വിസിറ്റ്, ബേസിക് എസെൻഷ്യൽസിനെയാണ് ഞാൻ എന്ത് വിളിക്കുന്നത്? Key success factor. They are the critical elements. They are the critical elements an organization should focus to achieve success in an industry. So exam point of view, the most important topic is on what basis you will identify the KSF. On what basis you will identify the KSF? So KSF are those things that most affect industry's members ability to prosper in the marketplace. In an industry, if you want to achieve your objective, if you want to stay ahead of your rivals, if you want to have prosperity in your business, then you have to focus on these key success factors. So then comes a question: how to identify KSF? How to identify KSF? Okay. So first question: on what basis does customer choose between the competing brand? Say for example, if I am having alternatives, different alternatives, how am I going to choose one particular brand over the others? That particular thing which made me to choose one particular brand, that is key success factor. On what basis do customer choose between the competing brand? On what basis do customer choose between the competing brands? Say for example, I am going to purchase a mobile phone. Okay. So I was a little bit confused, like whether I have to purchase Samsung S24 Ultra or iPhone 16. So I'm a bit confused. If I choose iPhone 16, on what basis I have chosen this iPhone 16? That particular basis is a key success factor. On what basis does customer choose between the competing brand? Second one, what product attributes are crucial to sale? ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റിന്റെ ഏത് ഫീച്ചർ ആണ്? Attribute means feature. Attribute means feature. Attribute means feature. ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റിന്റെ ഏത് ഫീച്ചർ ആണ് അതിന്റെ സെയിൽസ് കൂട്ടുന്നത്? ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റിന്റെ ഏത് ഫീച്ചർ ആണ്? വാട്ട് ഫീച്ചർ ഓഫ് എ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഈസ് ക്രൂഷ്യൽ ടു ദ സെയിൽ? വാട്ട് ഫീച്ചർ ഓഫ് ദ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഈസ് ഗോയിങ് ടു ബൂസ്റ്റ് ദ സെയിൽസ് ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ്? Then what resources and competitive capabilities does a seller needs? See, first we talk about customer, then we talk about product, now we are talking about seller. First we talk about customer, on what basis customer choose between a brand. Then we talk about products, which feature is going to boost the sale. Now we are talking about seller, what are the resources and competitive capabilities a seller need to have competitive successful. Then what does it take for a seller to achieve sustainable competitive advantage? Again we are talking about seller. What does seller need to have sustainable competitive advantage? In chapter number 3, we have discussed about sustainable competitive advantage, something called TADI. I hope you remember: transferability, appropriability, durability, imitability. So what are the things which a seller need to have sustainable competitive advantage? So this is our first topic, that is key success factor. So what is key success factor? Come on, repeat with me, because multiple revision, if you are not repeating with me, you are not going to score marks. Come on, repeat with me. What is key success factor? Key success factors are the prerequisite for industry success. Or industry success ആകണമെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണ്ട basic requirements ആണ്. Prerequisite means basic requirements. Okay, they are the critical element an organization should focus to achieve success in the industry. Then how to identify KSF? One thing from customer, thing from product, thing from seller. Customer, on what basis customer choose a product? Product, what are the features of the product which attributes to the, which are crucial to the sale. Then seller, what does seller need to have? What resources and capabilities does a seller need to have competitive success? Then what are the things seller need to have sustainable competitive advantage? We are done with KSF. I hope you are clear with this topic. Then we are moving on to the next topic, that is attractiveness of industry. What is it? Attractiveness of industry. ഒരു ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി അട്രാക്റ്റീവ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് എന്തിന്റെ അടിസ്ഥാനത്തിലാണ്? What are the factors which makes, how do we conclude that this industry is attractive, this industry is not attractive? On what basis? What are the reasons which makes a man to say this industry is attractive, let's invest in that particular industry? This is not attractive, we don't, it's risky to invest in this particular industry. On what basis? What are the factors? First one, whether that industry is futuristically viable, whether that's a future for that industry. A industry future undo. Currently that industry is very good, but if it is not having a future, it is very risky to invest in such industry. Whether that industry is having a potentially futuristically viable. Second one, whether the competition in the industry permits adequate profit. Currently, what is the competition within that industry? Whether the players who are currently in the business are able to acquire adequate profit, whether the competition currently permits adequate profit. Ipo aa industry le competition എങ്ങനെയാണുള്ളത്? ഇപ്പോഴുള്ള അവസ്ഥയിൽ അവിടെയുള്ള പ്ലേയേഴ്സിന്, ഓൾറെഡി ഉള്ള പ്ലേയേഴ്സിന് പ്രോഫിറ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ടോ? Then the potential to capitalize the vulnerabilities of weaker rivals, whether there is a possibility, whether there is an opportunity to capitalize the vulnerabilities of the weaker rivals. Weaker rivals ine പോരായ്മകൾ capitalize ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു opportunity അവിടെ ഉണ്ടോ? What is the competitive position and whether its position likely to grow? What is my current competitive position in the industry? What is my current competitive position? What is my position in the industry? Whether there is a possibility to grow or fall down. Then whether the industry's profitability will be favorably or unfavorably affected by prevailing driving forces. What are the driving forces which affects the profit of the industry? We have discussed about different driving forces in chapter number 3. So what are the driving forces? Sometimes technology will have an impact on the profit of the industry. So what are the various driving forces which may affect the profitability of the industry? Then the degree of risk and uncertainty. What is the risk in the industry? What are the problems faced by the companies, current players in this? What are the problems, severity of the problems faced by the industries? Then whether the company is able to defend against or counteract the factors that makes the industry unattractive. What are the factors which make the industry unattractive? Whether the players are able to defend such factors. So you have to remember any 5 to 6 points, So once again, see how to decide whether an industry is attractive or not. Point number one, whether there's a future for the industry, whether the current players are able to make adequate profit. First 2 points. Then what are the risks involved in the industry? What are the problems faced by the industry? 4 points. Problems in the industry will make the industry unattractive. How we are going to defend it? What are the ways by which we can capitalize the weaker points of the rivals? What is my competitive position in the industry? Whether it is likely to grow stronger or weaker. Okay. What are the driving forces which is affect the profitability of the industry? So we have discussed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points we have discussed. You have to memorize only 5 to 6 points. So now we have discussed about key success factor as well as attractiveness of industry. Key success factor as well as attractiveness of industry. In key success factor, we have to think about customer, seller, product. Seller, there is 2 points. One, what are the resources a seller need to have competitively advantage over the rivals? And second, what does a seller need to have sustainable competitive advantage? Product, what are the features a product should have to boost the sale? Then customer, on what basis customer choose between the different brands? Then in attractiveness, first, whether there is future for the industry, problems faced by the industry, risk involved in the industry, whether there's profit in the industry, what are the factors affecting the profit? Then what makes the industry unattractive? Whether they are able to defend such points. What is my current competitive posture? Whether it is likely to grow or fall. Then potential to capitalize the vulnerabilities of the weaker rival. So 2 points are done out of 40. Now we are going to discuss about experience curve. Experience curve means what? What do you mean by experience curve? Why do you think? See, why do you think Ambani എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഈ 2-wheeler ബിസിനസ്സിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങാത്തത്? സി ഓൾറെഡി 2-wheelers ബിസിനസ് ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ മാർക്കറ്റ് ഷെയർ ഉള്ളത് ഹീറോക്കാണ്. ഹീറോക്കും ഹോണ്ടയും ചേർന്നാണ് ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ മാർക്കറ്റ് ഷെയർ. ഹീറോ പ്ലസ് ഹോണ്ട, ഈ രണ്ട് കമ്പനീസ് ടോട്ടലി കൺസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ് ഓൾമോസ്റ്റ് 65 to 70% ഓഫ് ദ മാർക്കറ്റ് ഷെയർ. അപ്പൊ ഇത്രയും നമ്മുടെ 2-wheelersന്റെ ബിസിനസ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഗ്രോ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. എന്നിട്ടും എന്തുകൊണ്ടായിരിക്കും അംബാനി ആ ബിസിനസ്സിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങാത്തത്? ബിക്കോസ് ഓഫ് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കർവ്. അംബാനി is not having the benefit of experience curve. What do you mean by experience curve? See, when you are doing certain work repetitively, your efficiency increases, the time decreases, cost decreases. എന്താ പറയുന്നത്? When you are doing certain works repetitively, നിങ്ങൾ റിപ്പീറ്റീവ്ലി ഒരു വർക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് നിങ്ങളുടെ എഫിഷ്യൻസി കൂടും, ടൈം എടുക്കുന്നത് കുറയും, നിങ്ങളുടെ കോസ്റ്റും കുറയും. When you're doing certain work repetitively, your efficiency increase, which results in reduction in the time as well as reduction in the cost. So as a business grow, they gain experience. So other players, Hero, Honda, TVS, all they are having experience which is not there for Ambani. So experience will provide an advantage over the competition. Experience is a key barrier to entry. And who is having experience? Large and successful organization will be having experience. See, just imagine Sanjay, I am going to launch a new mobile phone and I am considering Samsung as my competitor. Samsung, I am going to Prabhu's. Okay, I'm going to launch a mobile phone, Prabhu's, and my competitor is Samsung. What are the benefits Samsung is having? Samsung is, first of all, it's a large and successful organization. What does large and successful organization possess? They are having the benefit of experience growth. So what do you mean by experience growth? They are producing in bulk quantities. They are producing their mobile phone in bulk quantities because they are producing the mobile phone all over the world. If I am going to manufacture my mobile phone, I want to manufacture 10 to 15 pieces of mobile phone because nobody is going to purchase my mobile phone. But there are Samsung is concerned, they can produce in bulk quantities. When they are producing in bulk quantity, they are repetitively producing the same thing. They will have the benefit of experience curve. Their efficiency will increase, time will decrease, their cost of producing one item will be decreased. So because of this experience curve, new entrants like Prabhu's Mobile will face difficult to enter into the market. This is called experience curve. എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കർവ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ്? എടാ, ഈ ഒരു പ്രവൃത്തി നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും വീണ്ടും ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് നമ്മുടെ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കൂടുമ്പോൾ സമയം കുറയും, എഫിഷ്യൻസി കൂടും, സമയം കുറയും, ചെലവും കുറയും. ഓക്കെ ആണോടാ? ഫൈൻ ആണോ? ഇപ്പൊ സാംസങ് ഒരു വർഷത്തിൽ അത്രയും കോടാനുകൂടി മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ മാനുഫാക്ചർ ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ എനിക്ക് അത്രയും മാനുഫാക്ചർ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല. കാരണം എന്റെ മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ ഞാൻ പ്രബൂസ് മൊബൈൽ ആയ ഒരു കോടി മൊബൈൽ ഫോൺ മാനുഫാക്ചർ ചെയ്താൽ അത്രയും എനിക്ക് വേസ്റ്റ് ആക്കേണ്ടി വരും, ആരും വാങ്ങത്തില്ല. സോ സാംസങ് അത്രയും പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്, കുറേ പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അവർക്ക് എന്തിന്റെ ബെനിഫിറ്റ് കിട്ടി? എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കിട്ടി. അവർക്ക് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കർവിൽ ബെനിഫിറ്റ് കിട്ടും. സോ ദിസ് ഇസ് ദ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് ഓഫ് എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് കർവ്. ആൻഡ് മേക്ക് ഷുവർ യു ആർ ഏബിൾ ടു ഡ്രോ ദ ചാർട്ട്. ഒരു ചാർട്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും അല്ലെ, ടൈമും സെയിൽസ് എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞൊരു ചാർട്ട് ഉണ്ട് അല്ലെ. സോ ടൈം കൂടുന്തോറും അവിടെ കോസ്റ്റ്, സെയിൽസിന്റെ ടൈം കൂടുന്തോറും അവിടെ കോസ്റ്റ് കുറയുന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞൊരു ചാർട്ട് ഉണ്ട്, എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ഒരു ചാർട്ട് ഉണ്ട്. പ്ലീസ് മേക്ക് ഷുവർ യു ആർ comfortable with that particular topic. After that, we are moving to the next topic, that is competitive landscape. എന്താണ്? Competitive landscape. Competitive landscape means you are going to analyze your competitors. See, I always used to say to my students, it is very important to focus on your own business. At the same time, you should keep one eye on your competitor. It is very, very important that you have to keep one eye on your competitor. So studying, you are going to understand your competitor. You need to understand what are their products, what are their strengths, what are their weakness. It is very, 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 very important that, see, if you're looking ബിഗ് ബില്യൺ ഡേയ്സ്, നമ്മുടെ ഫ്ലിപ്കാർട്ടിന്റെ ബിഗ് ബില്യൺ ഡേയ്സും ആമസോണിന്റെ ഗ്രേറ്റ് ഇന്ത്യൻ ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ ഒരുമിച്ചാണ് വരുന്നത്. ബിക്കോസ് ദേ ആർ കീപ്പിംഗ് ആൻ ഐ ഓൺ വാട്ട് ദ കോമ്പറ്റീറ്റർ ഇസ് ഡൂയിങ്. ഫ്ലിപ്കാർട്ട് ഇങ്ങനെ ഇറക്കുമ്പോൾ ആമസോൺ അതേ സമയത്ത് ഇറക്കും എന്ത്? ഗ്രേറ്റ് ഇന്ത്യൻ ഫെസ്റ്റിവൽ. മീഷോ അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇറക്കും, മിന്ത്ര അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഇറക്കും, എല്ലാം കൂടെ ഒരേ സമയത്ത് ഇറക്കാം. Ajio big bold sales എന്നൊക്കെ പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. So competitive landscape means you are going to identify as well as understand the competitors. You are going to identify and understand the competitors, their vision, their mission, core value, niche market, strength, weakness, all those things. Means you are going to understand the competitor. First of all, you are going to identify who are your competitors, then understand your competitors. Means understanding the competitor. What are the things you are going to understand about the competitor? I'm going to understand their vision, mission, core value, niche market, strength, weakness, etc. All these things. So that's a question. What are the steps to understand the competitive landscape? Step number 1. First, you have to identify who are your competitors. Say, for example, I'm going to start a CA coaching institute in Kerala. So first of all, I have to understand who are my competitors. There is Indian Institute of Commerce Lecture, there is Triple I, there is Logic, there is Elance, there is Eagles, there is then what? so much of private institutes plus ICAI. So I should identify who are my competitors. Then I should understand the content. What are the products they are selling? Oh, they are selling CA, ACCA, CMA, CMA, USA, CES. So I should understand their products and services. Now I have to understand what is their strength and what is their weakness. What are their strength? What are their weakness? Maybe they are having their strength, huge financial powers. They are having some brand ambassadors to our products market, brand ambassadors, film actors. So what are their strength? What are their weakness? What are their weakness? Maybe കുറെ പരസ്യങ്ങളും കുറെ മറ്റു കാര്യം സ്പോക്ക് നമ്മൾ ചിലപ്പോൾ സ്റ്റുഡൻസിന്റെ കാര്യം ചിലപ്പോൾ അവർ വിട്ടുപോയിട്ടുണ്ടാവാം. So I should understand what are their weakness. Using all this information, put all the information together. Using all this information together, I have to identify the gaps and areas which I need to strengthen. I have to identify the gaps and areas which I need to strengthen. So understand. First of all, first topic എന്താണ് competitive landscape. എന്താണ് competitive landscape? What do you mean by competitive landscape? Competitive landscape means you are going to understand the competitor. You are going to understand the competitor. Who are my competitor? What is their vision? What is their mission? What are the values? What are the niche market? What is their targeted market? What are their strengths? What are their weakness? So 5 steps. First, identify the competitor, understand, determine their strength, determine their weakness, put all the information together. So we are done with competitive landscape. Next, I'm going to teach you something called value creation. What is this? Value creation. I always used to say to my student, it's not about selling a product. You should know how to create value to the product. If you are able to create value to your product, it will increase the worth of your goods. In my regular class, I have explained almost 8 to 10 examples for value creation. I hope you remember Sadhya, Dentist, Big Four versus normal firm. പിന്നെന്താണ് ഒരുപാട് ചോളം ഒരുപാട് എക്സാമ്പിൾസ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഒരു സിമ്പിൾ എക്സാമ്പിൾ മാത്രം ഞാനിപ്പോ ഇവിടെ പറയാം. സി ജസ്റ്റ് തിങ്ക് അബൌട്ട് ചോളം, corn. Okay, ഒരു പച്ചച്ചോളം, പച്ച corn. Okay, if you are purchasing from a supermarket, its cost is ₹10 പക്ഷെ ഇതേ പച്ചച്ചോളം നമ്മൾ ബീച്ചിൽ പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവർ ചുട്ട് തന്നപ്പോഴേക്കും അതിന്റെ വാല്യൂ എത്രയും മാറി? ₹50. ജസ്റ്റ് ബൈ ഹീറ്റിംഗ് ഇറ്റ്, ജസ്റ്റ് ബൈ അതൊന്ന് ചുട്ടെടുത്തപ്പോഴേക്കും അതിന്റെ വാല്യൂ എത്ര കൂടി? ₹40 കൂടി, ₹50. This is called value creation. It's not about selling the product. See, everyone in this world is doing the business, but not everyone is getting successful. Many people are doing the business, but all of them are not successful. It's because they failed to create value to your products. Whenever we are selling a product, we should create value to your product. We should create value to the product. See, so many people, so many faculties in Kerala selling strategic management class. I am also one of the faculty who is selling strategic management class. So what makes me different? I am going to provide what? Revision classes, revision videos I am uploading in my YouTube. That is the activity which I perform to create, which will increase the worth of my product. So what is my value creation? It's not about selling the product. You should know how to sell the product. If you create value to your product, it will increase the worth of the goods. If you create value to your product, it will increase the worth of the good. Please come on, repeat with me. If you create value to your product, it will increase the worth of the goods. See, ഈ ചോളം ഒന്ന് ചുട്ട ചോളത്തിന്റെ പ്രൈസ് എത്രയായി? ₹50. So the activity or performance by the firm to create value which increases the worth of the good, Am I clear to you? Yes. Then there comes how profit of a company depends on 3 factors. See, this is a very simple question, can be asked for 2 marks, and if we are not reading this particular question, such a simple question, 2 marks, Govinda. So you have to be very comfortable with this topic. See, simple question. Profit of a company depends on 3 factors. What are a company profit depends on the price they sell, cost of creating, as well as value customer. And then price, what is the factor which determines the profit of company? At what price I am selling? What is the cost of creating that product? Price, cost. And when the customer is purchasing my product, customer will purchase only if they are feeling some value on my product. Value customer placed on the product. So PVC pipe alla, profit value cost. Sorry, price value cost. So profit of a company is dependent on 3 factors. PVC. What are PVC? Price, value, cost. So we are done with value creation. Now we are going to discuss about product life cycle. We all know what is product life cycle. We have studied, even we have drawn a chart and all, right? chart. Initially, introduction stage, growing stage, maturity stage, decline stage. So this is called product life cycle. Every product goes through 4 stages: introduction stage, growing stage, maturity stage, now declining stage. So this is called product life cycle. Product life cycle. So now we have to understand what happens at each stages. In introduction stage, what happens? See, PLC is a S-shaped curve. Sir, but this doesn't look like S. So Kadil show them there is no questions in the story. So this S. Okay, now it looks like S. Yes. So it's the S-shaped curve. Okay, which exhibits the relationship of sales with respect to time. Time sales starting stage sales sales mature decline. So what are the 4 stages of product life cycle? Come on, repeat with me. Introduction, growth, mature, decline. Once again, introduction, growth, maturity, decline. Once again, introduction, growth, maturity, decline. Come on. Now let's understand what is happening at each stage. Introduction stage. Product market like a you have just introduced a product in the market. You have just introduced a product in the market. What happens when you are introducing a product in the market? Slow sales growth. Slow sales growth. When you're introducing a product, customer is not aware of your product. So slow sales growth. Price will be high. Market is limited. Why market is limited? Because customers are not aware. Customers are not aware of product. So growth in the sales is low rate of sales. Competition is negligible. So think, come on, repeat with me. What is happening at introduction stage? Slow sales growth. Competition is negligible. Price is high. Market is limited. Growth, sales growth is also slow. Yes. Then comes growing stage. What happens in growing stage? We will do lot of marketing advertisements. So rapid market starts accepting my product. The demand of the product expands rapidly. Price will fall. Sir, demand price demand competitors competition will increase. So in order to boost my competition, I may be forced to sell my products at cheaper price. Price will fall. Market will expand. Customer is having knowledge about the product. See the difference here. The customers are not having knowledge about the product. Here the customer is having the knowledge about the product. If a market is limited, if a market expands, if a price is high, if a price falls, if a competition is negligible, if a competition increases. Sometimes they will ask the difference between introduction stage and growth stage. You just need to write these points and you will be able to score marks. Now let's understand maturity stage. What is happening at maturity stage? What is happening at maturity stage? Slow down in growth rate. Maturity, we have discussed in chapter number 3, stability strategy. At maturity, what kind of strategy does a company take? Stability strategy. I hope you remember. Slow down in growth rate. Competition gets tough. Market gets stabilized. Market gets stabilized. Profit will decrease due to stiff competition. Organization has to maintain stability. So what is happening at maturity stage? Competition gets even more tougher. Profit will decrease. Market gets stabilized. At this point, every organization should go for stability strategy. Every organization should go for stability strategy. At maturity level, we should go for stability strategy. At growth level, we should go for expansion strategy. And now comes declining stage where we have to go for retrenchment strategy. We should go for retrenchment strategy. See, strategies to aim smart diversification or retrenchment. Sharp downward drift in the sales. Sharp downward drift. My sales are decreasing. Sales as well as profit falls down. New product replaces the existing one. So this is all about the product life cycle. This is all about the product life cycle. So what is product life cycle? It's a S-shaped curve which exhibits the relationship of sales with respect to the time of the product. The 4 stages: introduction, growth, maturity, decline. See, one question has been asked from this particular in RTP September 24. We have already discussed RTP for September 24. It's already uploaded in our YouTube channel. Please go through these topics. Okay. Now we are moving to topic called business product. What is the characteristics of business product? May 24 question. 5-mark question. Such a simple question. What is the characteristic of a business product? What is the characteristic of a business product? Product is either tangible or intangible. For example, this is a pen. This is a tangible. I'm giving you a service which is intangible. So products can be either tangible or intangible. Every product has a price. I purchased this pen for rupees 10,000. This pen is having a cost of 10,000. I'm selling my service, my classes to you at a price of 4,000. So every product is having a price. Every product should have certain feature which deliver satisfaction to customers. See, every product should satisfy the customers. When I'm selling my classes to you, it has to satisfy my customers, that is you. If I fail to satisfy my customers will replace me. So every product should have such features which will satisfy the customer. Then every product is Pivotal for the business. Pivotal means important, is central or important. Every product is important for the business and every product is having a useful life. Now we have discussed four stages of every product: introduction stage, uh, growth stage, maturity stage, decline stage. So what are the 5 characteristics? This has been already asked in May 24, so I'm not expecting for September 24, but maybe for Jan 25 or May 25 you can expect this question. What are the characteristics of business products? First of all, products are either tangible or intangible. Product has a price. Product has certain features that deliver satisfaction to customer. Product is pivotal for the business. Product has a useful life. Product has a useful life. Now I am moving to the next topic, that is internationalization of business. Internationalization, it's not internalization, small spelling mistake. Internationalization of business. Internationalization of business. So what do you mean by internationalization of business? Internationalization means the process of going global. You can simply write there, process of going global. Process of going global means you are expanding your business in different parts of the world. You are expanding your business in different parts of the world. That is called internationalization of business. Means the process of going global. You are expanding your business. You are expanding your business in different countries other than your domestic country. Say for example, if I am selling my products in India, in America, Japan, China, Korea, North Korea, everywhere, if I'm selling, I can call my business as a global company, global business. So internationalization of business means the process of going global, expanding your business to expanding your business outside the domestic country, expanding your business to different parts of the world, expanding your business to different parts of the world is called internationalization of business. Now you have to understand. Can you tell me few companies which expands its business in multiple countries? Sir Tata, Sir Reliance, Sir McD, Sir Apple, Hyundai. All these companies are conducting their operations at multiple countries, hence they are known as global business. What are the characteristics of a global business? First one, conglomerate of multiple units, common pool of resources, common strategy, common ownership. So first point, what's the characteristics of a global business? First of all, common strategy. See, even if they are working at different parts of the world, their strategy, they all share a common strategy. Even if the Coca-Cola has expanded the business in different parts of the world, their strategy, all these companies are having common strategy, common pool of resources. All these companies will be diversified, has expanded business different countries, but there will be one parent company which will share the resources to each and every companies in different parts of the world. It means they all have a common pool of resources and all of them are having common ownership. They will be conglomerate of multiple. They will be engaged in different types of business. If you look at Tata is in Tata Cars, Tata Steel, Tata Motors, Tata Uppun, Tata Watches. So much different conglomerate. Conglomerate means wide variety of multiple units, wide variety of business of multiple units, but all of them are having common ownership. So what is the characteristics of global business? Global business, common ownership, common pool of resources, common strategy. Come on, please repeat with me. Common ownership, common pool of resources, common strategy. Once again. Common pool of resources, common strategy, common ownership. Common pool of resources, common strategy, common ownership. Once again. So common strategy means even though the business is expanded to different parts of the world, all of these businesses are sharing common strategy. Common pool of resources, there will be one parent company which will be sharing the resources to different parts of the companies in different parts of the world. Then conglomerate is wide variety, different types of business they will be engaged in, but all of them are shared by common ownership. If you're looking at Reliance is having multiple business, but all of them are having a common ownership. Then why do companies go global? Why does a company go global? Because rapid shrinking of timing and distance. First one, the need to grow. First one is the need to grow. You can add that, need to grow. First point is the need to grow. If you want to grow, you have to expand. Second point is the rapid shrinking of time and distance. So rapid shrinking of time. Then domestic market is no longer adequate. See, I am having a very good production capacity. Even after satisfying the needs of domestic market, I am having much more production capacity. So I'm expanding. So I'm exporting my products at different parts of the world. Need for a reliable and cheaper source of raw materials and cheap labor. India is the best example for cheap labor. If you're looking at, apart from Kerala, if you're going to North Indian states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, you can get very cheap labors Like say, for example, you can get employees for rupees 200 to 300 rupees per day. per day. You just need to provide them 200 to 250, 300 rupees. You will be able to secure good cheap labors. Okay. Then high transportation cost, high transport. Why do we need to transport our products to other countries? Let's set up the plant in the other countries itself. Then foreign markets are open, collapse of international trade barriers. Then to form strategic alliance, we have discussed about strategic alliance in chapter number 4. We discussed about Tata, Starbucks, etc., all these kind of things. Then a rise of service sectors. So why do companies go global? First, the need to grow, then cheap labor, reduction in transportation costs, cheap source of raw materials, then domestic market no longer adequate, reduction in the collapse of trade barriers, rise of services, etc. So please go through these points. Please go through these points. This is very important. This question is very important. International strategic planning. International strategic planning. So what are the steps involved in international strategic planning? See, just like we need a strategy when we are doing the business inside our domestic country, we need a strategy when we are expanding our business to different parts of the world. And the strategy which we need is called international strategic planning. The strategy which we need to follow whenever we are planning to expand our business at different parts of the world, that planning, that strategy is known as international strategic planning. And you have to understand the four steps in international strategic planning. So first step is evaluate the global opportunities. Means you are supposed to perform SWOT analysis. First you evaluate what are the opportunities, what are the threats. Then you have to describe the scope of firm's global opportunity. You have to describe the scope. First you evaluate the opportunities, and what are the opportunities globally, what are the threats globally. Then you have to describe your scope. When you are expanding your business to different parts of the world, what are your scope? Then you have to create an objective, and to achieve the objective you have to develop strategy. Very simple topic, very simple topic. Very simple topic. First, opportunities. First, you have to evaluate what are the opportunities and threat. Once you evaluate the opportunities, that you have to describe your scope. What is your scope? What is your scope? When you are saying that you are going to expand your business to different parts of the world, what is the scope? What is your scope? Then you have to create objective. You have to create objective. What is your objective? And now you have to develop, to achieve this objective, you have to develop strategy. You have to develop corporate strategy. OSOS. What is OSOS? First one is opportunities and threats. Second one is scope. Third one is objectives. Fourth one is strategies to achieve the objective. Strategy to achieve the objective. Then comes a question called environmental assessment. Environmental assessment. International assessment of international environment. What? Assessment of international environment. Assessment of international environment. Assessment of international environment. You can assess the international environment at 3 levels: multinational level, regional level, country level. Multinational level, regional level, country level. Country level means you are performing the pestle analysis of each country. Say for example, I am thinking of expanding my business at China. Okay, so I will understand what is the political factors at China, what is the economic condition of the China, whether that is unemployment, what is the exchange rate, what is the interest rate, economical condition. Then I will see the social trends, social factors of China. What is the level of spending by the customers, whether the customers are having, whether there is a health conscious customers. I will see the social factors, then technological development, economical factors, environmental factors, legal factors, etc. So I have to perform pestle analysis of each country. That is called country level analysis. Then comes a regional analysis, where I'm going to detail. See, we can read this topic from our study material. We can read this topic from our study material. Just a second, wait for a second. Just a second. See, multinational environment, regional environment, country environment. Country environment analysis means you are studying the economic, legal, political, culture. Means in short, you are going to perform pestle analysis of that country. You are supposed to perform pestle analysis of the country. So say for example, in my earlier example, if I am wishing to expand my business in China, I have to perform pestle analysis of China. Then regional analysis. I'm not talking about a country. I'm talking about a particular region. Say for example, European countries, Asian countries, Middle East countries. So particular region. It is in-depth evaluation of critical factors of a specific geographical area. In-depth analysis. Then comes multinational environment. Means I'm looking at the entire world. See, I'm not talking about a specific country or specific region. മൊത്തത്തിലാണ് ഞാൻ അനലൈസ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പോകും. മൊത്തത്തിൽ എന്താണ് ഇപ്പൊ അവസ്ഥ, പുറത്തുള്ള അവസ്ഥ എന്താണ്, മൊത്തത്തിൽ എന്താണ് അവസ്ഥ. മീൻസ് അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡിങ് ദ global environment on a large scale. Understanding the global environment on a large scale. See, understanding the global environment on a large scale. Now you are understanding what is happening globally. Say for example, right now, America versus Russia, some kind of dishum is happening. Russia versus Ukraine, some kind of dishum is happening. Palestine versus Israel, Gaza versus Israel, some kind of problems are happening. All this, you are analyzing the global environment on a large scale. You are analyzing the global environment. So whenever you are seeing, government may have sometimes free or intervention. Some government may allow the businessman to conduct their business free, whereas some government will intervene in the business. So whether there is a free or interventionist tendencies in the economy, all these things are the few factors which you have to consider in multinational environment analysis. Once again, see, whenever you are assessing the external environment for the purpose of internationalization, whenever you are thinking of expanding your business to different parts of the world, you have to perform an assessment of international environment. Assessment of international environment can be done at three levels: multinational environment, regional analysis, country level. Multinational, regional, country level. Region means you are selecting a specific region and you are in-depth evaluating that particular specific region. Country means you are performing pestle analysis of one particular country. Multinational means you are understanding the global environment on a large scale, whether the government is allowing us to do the business freely, or there is any intervention of the government is very much high. So you are looking at these factors. Okay, you are analyzing the global environment on a large scale. What is happening around the world, whether there is opportunity, whether there is a threat to conduct the business. All this is called what? Internationalization of business. Internationalization of business. Next, I'm going to take a topic called value chain analysis. What is the topic? Value chain analysis. Value chain analysis. Okay, what do you mean by value chain activity? What do you mean by value chain activity? Various activities a company perform to deliver a valuable product. See, I want to provide a services. So what are the activities I perform to deliver a product or service to my customer? Those activities are known as value chain activities. Understand what is value chain activities. See, I want to deliver a product. I want to deliver a product. Okay, so all the activities which is involved in delivering a valuable product or service to the customer, all those activities, all those various activities a company perform to deliver a valuable product or service to its customer, those activities are known as value chain activities. And analysis of these activities is known as value chain analysis. Analysis of these activities. See, these value chain activities can be classified into two: primary, I think, yeah, primary and secondary. These value chain activities can be classified into two: primary activities and secondary activities. Primary activities and secondary activities. Once again, what is value chain activity? I'm not talking about value chain analysis. I'm talking about value chain activities. Value chain activities are those activities which is delivered by a which is conducted, which is those activities a company perform to deliver a product to the customer, to deliver a service to the customer. Once again, last and the final time, what do you mean by value chain activity? Value chain activities are those activities which a company perform to deliver a valuable product or service to its customer. So basically we can divide this value chain activities into two: primary and secondary. Primary means inbound operation, outbound marketing and sales services. Sir, what do you mean by inbound or outbound, all these kind of things? Sir, say for example, this is the premises of my organization. First of all, I want to bring the raw materials. This lorry is going to bring raw materials. This is raw materials. Okay, so raw materials are, I am transporting the raw materials from the supplier to, this is the supplier. Okay, from this supplier I am purchasing the raw material, and this raw material is coming inside the boundary of my organization. This is the boundary. Transportation is called logistic, means transportation. So if you're bringing the raw materials inside the boundary, inbound logistic. Transport, logistic means transportation. Okay, so I am transporting the raw materials inside the boundary. That's called inbound logistic. Inbound logistic. Okay, once the raw materials here, I will convert this raw materials into finished goods. Now what will, this is called operation. This is called operations. This is called inbound logistics. Okay, now this finished goods has to be taken outside. I have to take this finished goods to different shops so that the customer can come to the shop and purchase it, right? So I have to take this. This is called finished goods. This is called finished goods. Now I am taking the finished goods to the shops, so that the customer can, this is the customer, this customer can come to the shop and purchase the product. So taking the finished goods from my from within the boundary of my organization to the shop. Outbound logistic. Why this called outbound logistic? Means now we are taking the finished goods outside the boundary and we are transporting. So it's called logistic. Outbound logistic. Outbound logistics. Outbound logistics. Okay, now the finished goods are in the shops. How will customer come to know about the shops? I have to make marketing. If I do proper marketing, customer will come and purchase, and thus sales will happen. So this is called marketing and sales. Marketing and sales. Okay, once customer will purchase this, my relationship with the customer is done. No, I have to provide sometime after sale services. This is called primary activities. These 5 activities are called primary activities. Look at the primary activities. First, I have to bring the raw materials inside the boundary, inbound. Then I have to convert the raw materials into finished good operation. Then I have to take the finished goods outside the boundary of my premises. That's called outbound logistic. Then I have to make marketing and sales, and finally after sales services. See the 5 activities. Inbound logistic, operations. What do you mean by operation? Converting the raw materials into finished goods. Please note it down. Outbound logistic means you are taking the products to the shops. Then marketing and sales. Then services. Services means after sale services. As means after sale service. Okay, don't misunderstand. And then secondary activity will help to get primary activities done successfully. Secondary activity will help us to perform the primary activities. What are the secondary activities? Procurement. See, raw materials, you are bringing the raw materials. That's called inbound. Before bringing, you have to procure the raw materials. You have to purchase the raw materials. So what are the things you need to perform in the primary activities? Those resources you need to acquire first. That is called procurement. Acquiring the inputs for the primary activities is known as procurement. Acquiring the inputs to the primary activities is known as procurement. So you see, look here. Here my lorry is bringing the raw materials within the boundary, right? So before bringing, I want to purchase it, right? That is called procurement. Then technology, obviously, in order to convert the raw materials into finished goods, in order to bring the in order to make the sales, we need technology. Technology is very, very important thing, right? Then HR management, we need talented, we need to recruit good staff, we need to give the proper salary, compensation, training, etc. HR management is also very important. Then comes infrastructure. Infrastructure means not only the total organizational structure we are discussing, it also includes how we are going to raise the fund. See, in order to do all these things, we need paisa, right? We need money, right? So how are we going to raise the fund? All this comes under the topic infrastructure. So basically, basically value chain analysis means you are analyzing these activities. To know where you need to concentrate, which activity you need to concentrate. You need to analyze how each stage in the process will add or subtract the value. Say, for example, if your marketing is very weak, if your marketing is very bad, it will subtract the value of your product. If your after sales service is very good, it will add the value to your product. So you have to analyze each activities so that you will be understand how each activity is going to add or subtract the value from the product. How it is going to add or subtract the value from the end product. This is called value chain analysis. So we are done with this page. We are done with almost this page. Now we have to complete Michael Porter's 5 forces model. Michael Porter's 5 forces model. Michael Porter's 5 forces model. What is Michael Porter's? Michael Porter, we all know father of SM, right? Michael Porter's, in entire SM syllabus, we have to learn a lot of theories of Michael Porter's. Even value chain analysis is one of the theory of Michael Porter. Value creation, Michael Porter's 5 forces, Michael Porter's generic strategy, which we have already covered in chapter number 3. So Michael Porter's 5 forces model. In Michael Porter's 5 forces, what is actually Michael Porter? Michael Porter has said that you can do whatever business you wish. But before stepping into any industry, you need to understand the competition within that industry. See, Michael Porter has said that you can do whatever business you wish because it's your money, my life, my rules, your life, your rules. So you can do whatever business you wish to do. But before starting a business, you should understand the competition within that industry. Without understanding the competition, if you are entering into the business, if you are entering into an industry, it is going to create much trouble for you. it is going to create much trouble for you. So before entering into any industry, it is very, very important to understand the competition within that industry. Am I clear to you? Yes. So how to understand the competition within the industry? First topic is there are 5 forces which Michael Porter has given in his book, 5 forces which we need to study. First one is threat of new entrants. If new entrants can easily start the business, that means the competition will increase, the profit will be less. You can increase the profit if you can block the new entrants from entering the industry. Say, for example, aviation industry, telecom industry. These are some industry where new entrants cannot easily enter the industry. Because look at the aviation industry or telecom industry, the capital requirement is very high. So the capital requirement is very high. You can block the new entrants from entering the industry. Then economies of scale. See, the large and successful organization will have the benefit of economies of scale. They will be producing their products at huge quantity so that they will get the benefit of economies of scale, which is very difficult for a new entrant. So the new entrant won't be able to sell their product at such cheaper cost. Switching cost. See, if you are very much comfortable with one brand, because of the switching cost, you will not switch even if the new entrant comes. Say, for example, I am very much comfortable with a brand called Samsung. So when I was qualified, I never ever think of purchasing iPhone because I am very much comfortable with this brand. So the switching cost is very high. Switching cost means financial cost, the mental, psychological cost. If you're comfortable with one particular product, then you will not switch to some other product. That is called switching cost. Then brand identity. Sometimes the customer will purchase the product based on the brand. Say, for example, in my house, whenever I am purchasing AC, television, fridge, washing machine, whatever, I used to see the brand. Brand is very important. Brand is very important as far as I am concerned. So if a new entrant has entered into a business, he is also selling some TV, fridge, whatever. Okay, will I purchase that brand? No, because creating a brand takes a lot of year, lot of cost is involved in that. Okay, so creating a brand is not much easier. Okay, so when customers are purchasing the product based on the brand, can you tell me 1 or 2 items which you purchase based on the brand? Sometimes we purchase clothes based on the brand. Sometimes we purchase laptops based on the brand. Sometimes we purchase our non-frequently purchasing products are being purchased on the basis of brand. Non-frequently purchasing, say for the mobile phone, laptops, AC, washing machine, refrigerator, whatever. Okay. Then product differentiation. See, it creating a different product involves cost. So new entrant will find it very difficult to create a genuine differentiation in the product. Differentiation means how your product is different from the other products. And to create a genuine differentiation, huge amount has to be invested in research and development department, which is very difficult for a new entrant. Then access to distribution channel. See, it becomes difficult for a new entrant to access different distribution channels by which they can sell their product to the customer, by which they can make sure that the product reaches the end customer. Say, for example, a large and successful organization has expanded in such a way that they use all the channels by which they can sell their product to the customer. As far as the new entrant is concerned, it is very difficult for them to access all the distribution channel. The last one is possibility of aggressive retailization. What happens is whenever a new player enters into the market, the other experienced player, the old players, those players who are already existing, they will give some, they will attack this new player. They will sometimes sell their products even at cheaper cost, which is very difficult for the, so they will make the life of this new player very difficult. Okay, that's the possibility of aggressive retailization. The existing incumbents, the existing player will sometimes they will enter into price war. What do you mean by price war? Say, for example, if I'm a new player who is entering the business and I'm selling the product to the MRP as that of my existing competitors. Okay, they are selling it 100, I am also selling it 100. So when I enter into the industry, the already existing players will sell the products at 80 rupees, where my manufacturing cost is 90 rupees, and I won't be able to sell the product at 80 rupees, so I will be thrown out of the market. I hope you are able to understand. Then comes bargaining power of buyers and suppliers. See, when can you say bargaining power of buyers? Buyers are having the knowledge of the product. I hope you are already comfortable with this topic. So, and this is just a revision purpose. So don't expect in detailed explanation for each and every topic. This is a revision video, right? Yes. So bargaining power of buyers. When will a buyer bargain? When have you bargained last time? When did you bargain for any product? When will you bargain? Sir, last time when I went for a trip in some other place, I bargained, sir. right? Yes. So when can you bargain? When you are having knowledge of the source of the product. You can see, if you are not giving me this product, I will purchase from the other place. When you are having the knowledge about the source of the product, from where will you get this product? What are the substitute product? Okay, and the product is not considered as critical or crucial, and you do not feel that product is very much important for you. If it is not important for you, you will bargain. If it is that much important for you, you will not bargain. You will purchase that product at whatever cost they are saying, whatever price they are saying. So when will the buyers bargain, or when can you tell me some situation where there's a bargaining power when buyers are having full knowledge about the product, its substitutes, its sources, etc. Buyers are ready to spend money on the product, and the product is not considered to be crucial to the buyers. When suppliers will have the power, suppliers, when the product is very much crucial to the buyer. Say for example, I am going to purchase a product from the supplier, and that product is very much important for me, very much needful for me. It is very crucial to me. So I will that now the power is in the hands of supplier, because I don't have any other alternatives. I don't have any other substitute products. Okay, so the supplier is having the power. Supplier is having the power. High switching cost. If I am not purchasing from this supplier, if I am switching from another, if I am switching the supplier, if I am purchasing from some other supplier, the cost will be very high. The cost will be very high. And more here, suppliers are more concentrated than the buyers. Here, buyers are more concentrated. Here, suppliers are more concentrated. Next comes nature of rivalry. What is the rivalry within the industry? What is the rivalry within the industry? When will this question is very, very important. Rivalry within the industry will decrease the industry profit. Okay. So when will the rivalry be high? When there is no clear leader. When there is no clear leader within the industry, the rivalry will be high. Even if there is a leader, and if there is a numerous competitor, even if there is a leader, he will be of no use. First 2 points. When the industry is not having any leader to regulate the industry, there will be high competition, rivalry will be very high. Even if there is a leader, if the competitors are very much high, numerous competitors, there is no purpose of having the leader, the rivalry will be very high. See, in our school days, there will be one leader to monitor our class, right? When there is a leader who is standing there monitoring, the class will be silent. Even if there is a leader, if the number of students is too much, there is no purpose of having the leader. Same way, if there is no leader class, there will be rivalry will be very high. Even if there is a leader, if the competition is very much high, no use of the leader. Then high fixed cost. If the fixed cost is very high, the fixed cost is very high, we will be working at full capacity and we will be producing huge quantity. When we are producing in huge quantity, we will be even ready to sell the product at a cheaper price. When the high fixed cost, we will be we will be expanding our business to full capacity. We will produce maximum. We will produce to its maximum. Okay, so we will be forced to sell our products at even cheaper price. High exit barriers. When it is high exit barrier, we won't be able to stop our business, and we have no other option than to compete. Then little opportunity to differentiate the product. Can you tell me one product where there's little differentiation? Say for example, petrol. For petrol, there is no much differentiation. Whether you are purchasing Bharat Petroleum or Indian Oil or HP, doesn't matter. So when there's a little opportunity to differentiate the product, then what? The rivalry will be very high. Then slow or diminished industry growth. Slow or diminished industry growth. When new customers are not entering this industry, when the industry is facing a slow growth, when the new customers are not entering the industry, then again the rivalry will be very high. കാരണം ഉള്ള കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സിന് വേണ്ടി ഉള്ള പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് മാക്സിമം അടികൂടും. പുതിയ ആൾക്കാർ ആരും വരുന്നില്ല. പുതിയ കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ് വന്നാലേ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി വളരത്തുള്ളൂ. പക്ഷേ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രി സ്ലോ ഗ്രോത്ത്, പുതിയ കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സ് വരുന്നില്ല. അപ്പോൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഉള്ള കസ്റ്റമേഴ്സിന് വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് മാക്സിമം ഓൾറെഡി ഉള്ള പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് മാക്സിമം എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? ഫൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ആൻഡ് ത്രെറ്റ് ഓഫ് സബ്സ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ്. If there's a threat of, if your product is having a substitute product, say for example, our CA coaching institute, what is the substitute product for CA coaching institute? Online classes. Now there is an academy, physics wala, commerce wala, Xylem. There is so much of online classes, so much of platform where we can learn CA intermediate, CA foundation, CA final online, right? So these are substitutes. When there are substitute products, it will increase the competition, it will increase the commerce. So this is all about Michael Porter's 5 forces, which here I'm expecting a question for September 24. Reason for May 24, there are no questions from Michael Porter's 5 forces. So strongly I'm expecting a question from for September 24 exam as well as Jan 25 exam from Michael Porter's 5 forces. So please go through this topic. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about customer analysis and customer behavior. Customer analysis and customer behavior. After that, we have to complete just 2 or 3 small topics by which we will be done with this revision. Okay, now we want to discuss about customer analysis and customer behavior. See, understand what is customer analysis and what is customer behavior. Customer analysis means you want to understand needs of the customer. You should determine the needs of the customer. See, right now I am selling a product. I'm selling my CA, Inter, SM as well as auditing classes online. Recorded classes I used to say. So before selling, I should understand my customer. What is their need? I can't just say, for example, ഞാൻ ഒരു 10 മണിക്കൂർ ഓഡിറ്റിംഗ് ക്ലാസ് റെക്കോർഡ് ആയിട്ട് ബുക്കാണ്. സി ഈ ഓഡിറ്റിംഗ് ക്ലാസ് ആദ്യമായിട്ട് കേൾക്കുന്ന ഒരു വ്യക്തിക്ക് 10 മണിക്കൂറിന് 30 മണിക്കൂർ ക്ലാസ് മതിയാവില്ല. He need at least 60 to 70 hours in class. First time if you are watching the auditing class, 30 to 35 hours, even though the faculty say we have completed the entire topic in 30 to 35 hours, you won't be able to understand the topics. So you need minimum 60 to 70, 80, 90 hours class for the first day. If you have already attended the class, then 35 hours is classes enough for it. So first you have to analyze your customer. Who is your targeted client? What is their need? And I have to define how my product is satisfying their need. So as a person who is selling a product, I should know who my customers are. What are their needs? And now I have to tell them how my product is satisfying their needs. So whenever I am selling my strategic management class, what I used to say is, see, I will provide you the recorded class where I will cover the entire SM classes in this much hour. Then I will provide you power chart where entire SM syllabus is covered in just 24 pages. Then I will provide you revision class within almost 6 to 7 hours, entire SM revision class I have already uploaded in my YouTube. So I should understand my client. I should understand their wants. I should satisfy. I have to define them how my product is meeting their needs. So how can I understand my customers, their needs? I have to conduct a survey. Step number 1, I have to conduct a survey. Once you conduct the survey, you will get the data. Now you have to study the consumer data. This is my step number 2. So step number 1 is administration of customer survey. First of all, I have to conduct a survey. When I conduct a survey, I will get the data, consumers data. Now studying this consumer data, I have to evaluate market positioning strategy. How am I going to position my product in the market? I have to evaluate. There will be different ways by which I can position my product in the market. Evaluation of market positioning strategies. Then development of customer profiles. Development of customer profiles. Development of customer profiles. I should understand who is my customer. What is the age group of my customer? 18 to 20, 25, 25 to 35, 35 to 50. Which category of customer does my product? Which category of customer purchases my product? Now I have to select the best market segment technique. So once again, this is a step. This is a step. You should understand this step. First of all, see, what is my objective? I want to know what are the needs of the customer. I want to tell them how my product will satisfy their needs. So first I have to conduct a survey. Once you conduct a survey, what will you get? I will get the data. I have to study the data. Now you have to evaluate how you are going to position your product in the market. Evaluation of market positioning strategies. Then I will develop a customer profile. Develop a customer profile. What do you mean? What do you mean by developing customer profile? Developing customer profile means I will understand which group, which category of customer are purchasing my product. Then I have to select the best market segment technique. I have to select the best market segment technique. This is all about customer analysis. Now moving on to customer behavior. This is very important because if you're looking at May 24 RTP or MTP or I don't remember, there's a question from customer behavior and it's a case study based question. That's a superb question. It's a case study based question. That's a superb question. Okay, so please make sure you go through that question. Okay, external behavior. External behavior. See, external behavior, there are 4 elements: external influence, internal influence, decision making, positioning. External influence means, see, just say for example, what are the external things which influence you from purchasing a product? Sir, advertisement. Don't you think advertisement will have an impact? Yes, sir. Then peer recommendation. And a friend Gobika recommended Chandrika, so peer recommendations. All these things are external influence. Then internal influence. Actually, when I am purchasing a product, what I am expecting from that product. Say for example, I am going to purchase a mobile phone. So what does I need? I need smooth touch, smooth icon, hang down, good camera quality, storage space, So RAM, ROM, all these things. Okay. So all these things are the internal influence. External influence means what other hype, പുറത്തുള്ള hype എന്തൊക്കെയാണ്, പരസ്യം എന്താണ് കണ്ടുകൊടുക്കുന്നത്, മറ്റുള്ളവർ എന്താ റെക്കമെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. Before purchasing a mobile, we may sometimes YouTube it, pros and cons of. For example, before purchasing my mobile phone, I have YouTube minimum more than 20-25 videos I have been searching, iPhone versus Samsung S24 Ultra, all these kind of things. Then internal influence. When I am purchasing a mobile phone, what are the things I actually want in that mobile phone? First thing, brand. Second thing, good camera quality. Third thing, yeah, that's it. These are the few things which I need. Okay. Then decision making. Decision making means you will be having several alternatives. You will be having several alternatives. You have to list down the pros and cons of each alternative. Then you have to make a select. You have to select a product. Once you purchase the product, once you use the product, now post decision making, you will recommend it to others if you are happy with that product. If you are not happy, you will not recommend and you will not make a repetitive purchase. So these are the 4 elements of external or customer behavior. First one is external influence. External influence means those external factors. Advertisement, you can see all these things in our textbook. I can show you. Just a second. Yeah. External influence, see, advertisement, peer recommendation, social norms. These are the few things which will have an impact on our mind. Then internal influence means those psychologies are internal to customer, which affect the customer's decision making. What actually I need in a mobile phone. Then decision making. Decision making means there are 4 stages. First, you recognize your problem. Then you list all the alternatives and list them. Say, for example, if I'm going to purchase a mobile phone, what are the different options available to me? Then I have to seek information on their way, their pros and cons. What are the benefit of purchasing and what are the demerits? Then I have to make a final choice. Once you make a choice, and once if you are a happy customer, then you will make repeat purchase and recommend to others. If you are not happy, then you will neither purchase nor recommend to others. This is all about our customer behavior. Now moving on to the next topic, that is strategic analysis. See, these are very simple topics. Strategic analysis means you are analyzing the environment. You are studying the environment. Environment means both internal environment and external environment. Strategic analysis means you are analyzing the environment. You are studying the environment. Studying both internal environment and external environment. So why do you want to study the environment? So that you can make a right resource investment. You can understand where you have to invest the resources. It will help you to achieve the objective. It will help you to stay ahead of the rival. See, what is the importance of understanding the environment? You should understand the internal environment as well as external environment. Internal environment will help you to identify your strength and weakness. Internal environment will help you to identify the strength and weakness, whereas external environment will help you to identify the opportunities and threats. Internal environment will help you to identify the strength and weakness, whereas external environment will help you to identify the opportunities and threats. Okay, I will just show you we will learn from the study material itself. See, what is strategic analysis? Strategic analysis means you are understanding the environment. If you understand the environment, what are the benefits? It will help you to make right resource investment where you are supposed to invest. It will help you to achieve the business objectives. It will help you to think about the rivals. It will help you to stay ahead of the competition. So what are the 2 situational considerations? What are the 2 factors in strategic analysis? One is industry and competitive condition, organization's own capability. Means this is your external environment. This is your internal environment. Industry, competition condition, external. Organization's own capability, resource, internal strength, my own thing, internal environment. So 2 important situational considerations are external, internal. But instead of saying external environment, what we have said here is industry and competitive conditions. Internal environment, what we have said here is organization's own capability, resources, internal strength, weakness, and market positions. Am I clear to you? Yes, sir. So external analysis, internal analysis. External analysis will help you to identify the opportunities and threats, and internal environment will help you to identify strength and weakness. Strength and weakness. So then what are the two limitations of the strategic analysis? This is a 2-mark question which can be asked for 2-mark question. What are the two limitations of strategic analysis? Two limitations of strategic analysis. First of all, it will give you different option, but it will not tell you which option you have to pick. See, when you are analyzing the environment, it will identify you, say for example, after plus two, I made an external environment. What are the different opportunities? I was a +2 commerce student. So I look at the opportunities. CA, what are the opportunities? What are the pros and cons? ACCA, what were the pros and cons? CS, CMA was a BCom. So analyzing the environment will give us several alternatives, but it did not help me to pick one. I have to pick. Environment analysis will not help me to pick. So it doesn't tell which one I should pick. Then it's a time-consuming process, as we have said in the limitations of SM. This is a time-consuming process. Okay. Yes. Then these are the two limitations. Just keep reading that. Then issues to be considered in strategy. Whenever you are understanding the environment, what are the things you need to keep in mind? First of all, strategy evolves over a period of time. See, there is no perfect strategy. There is nothing called a perfect strategy, and a perfect strategy can be occur only after a long period of time. Okay, so strategy takes a lot. It's a time-consuming process. It evolves after a period of time. A current strategy is nothing but it's a result of several little choices. Just a second. Okay, right. Then comes strategy evolves over a period of time. Means current strategy is nothing but the result of several little choices taken of proactive, protracted period of time. See, nothing. See, once we choose a strategy, if the environment changes, we have to bring more changes in the strategy. If you are going to grow, we have to change. Say, for example, when I start my business, I started with a simple structure, stability strategy. So, say, for example, stability strategy. Then I wish to grow. When I wish to grow, I want to change my strategy to expansion strategy. So, strategy evolves over a period of time. There is nothing called a perfect strategy. Then comes balance of external and internal environment. See, whenever you are going to formulate a strategy, you need to understand the environment, right? Yes, environment means it includes both internal as well as external factors. So you cannot have a perfect fit between internal and external factors. You need to have a reasonable balance. There is nothing called a perfect fit between internal and external environment. See, say for example, when I choose CA, I understand the opportunities in chartered accountancy. Then I understand what are my strengths. I am good in theories, but I'm not that good in problem. So we cannot have a perfect fit between the internal and external environment. Only there can be a reasonable balance. Then risk. Obviously, in a business, there are lots of risks: competition, liberalization, globalization, booms, recession, technological advancement. There are so much of risk involved in a business. So much of risk involved in a business. This is very important. Strategic analysis means external environment, internal environment. Internal environment means what? Internal environment means your own capabilities, your financial resources, what are your strengths, what are your weakness. This is called determinants analysis. Determinants. Then comes performance analysis. I will analyze my performance. What is the profitability? What is the sales? What is the product quality? These are something which I can handle, which I can control, right? So something which we can control is called internal analysis. If we analyze the internal factors, it helps us to understand our strength, weakness, what are our problems, what are the uncertainties, etc. Then if you're looking at the external environment, there is something called customer analysis, competitor analysis, market analysis, environment analysis. Simply, you can say pestle analysis. See, environment, technology, job, government means political, economic, culture, demographic. All this is nothing but your pestle analysis. Then you have to look at the market. What is the market size? What is the market growth? What are the entry barriers? These are external. Whenever I'm going to start a business, what is the entry barrier? I have to see. Then competitor analysis. I should understand who are the competitors. What are their objectives? What are their strategy? Then I have to study the customer. What is the segment? What are the unmet needs of the customer? All these things which I have to understand. So if you are understanding the external environment, it will help you to identify the opportunities and threats. Finally, how will you choose a strategy? First, you identify different alternatives. You will select a strategy. You will implement it and implement the plan. Then you will review the strategy. Simply, first, you will be having different alternatives. From the alternatives, you will select one. Once you select, you will implement it. Once you implement, you will evaluate it. Evaluate the review. Done? Done? Yes. Then comes business environment. Business environment is nothing but your external environment. Business environment is nothing but your external environment. This has been already asked in May 24, so I'm not expecting for Jan 25 or September 24. Business environment. Okay, it refers to all external factors. Business environment refers to all external factors influence the situation that in some way will affect the business decision. See, external factors will also have an impact on our business. So what are the, if you are analyzing the external factors, how it is going to help the business? First of all, it will help you to identify the opportunities and threats. Obviously, if you are analyzing the external environment, it will help you to identify the opportunities and threats. It gives a direction for you to grow. You will get a direction what you are supposed to do. See, if you're analyzing the environment, you will understand, okay, that is an opportunity. Let's start a business in that particular area. It will give you direction for you to grow. And it will help you to learn continuously. Once you stop learning, you are stop. See, I always used to say to my students, even after you are qualifying, you should not stop learning. You have to learn. Even right now, even after 5 years of my qualifications, currently, right now also I am learning. I'm learning a lot of things when I'm teaching my students. From the students I used to learn, from my colleagues I'm used to learn so many things. So continuous learning. If you're understanding what is happening around your world, see, there is something called artificial intelligence. Just because I'm chartered accountant, can I stay away from learning artificial intelligence? No, because the external environment is demanding you to understand the artificial. You have to learn artificial intelligence. Can you say I'm a chartered accountant, all India rank one? I don't want to learn any artificial intelligence. And the external environment right now is demanding knowledge in artificial intelligence. So studying the external environment will help you to learn continuously. Then image building. If you know what is happening around the world, you can help learning what is happening around the world will help you to build your image. How? Sir, I will tell you. See, ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ വയനാട്ടിലൊരു കുറച്ച് ദുരന്തം ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. പിന്നെ അങ്ങനെ എന്തെങ്കിലും ദുരന്തം വരുന്ന സമയത്ത് you should know what. See, every business people will do charity, right? They are doing the charity not only for the purpose of charity but also to build their image. See, ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ ശ്രദ്ധിച്ചാൽ മതി, ഈ വയനാട് ഇങ്ങനെ ഒരുപാട് പ്രശ്നങ്ങൾ വന്ന സമയത്ത് ഓരോ ബിസിനസ്സുകാർ പറയും ഞാൻ അവിടെ ഇങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യും അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യും. സി, അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവർക്ക് രണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശമുണ്ട്. ഒന്ന്, സഹായിക്കുക എന്നുള്ള ഉദ്ദേശം. ഇതിന്റെ പുറകെ അവർക്ക് വേറൊരു ഉദ്ദേശം ഉണ്ടെന്നാണ് അവരുടെ ഇമേജ് ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യുക. സഹായിക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് അവർ അവരുടെ ഇമേജ് ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യും. സോ ദേ ഷുഡ് നോ what is happening around the world. That's called image building. Then meeting competition. Obviously, if you are analyzing the environment, it will help you to analyze your competitors, what your competitors are doing. It helps you to face the competition. It will help you to face the competition. So what are the points? First of all, competition. Then L for continuous learning. Then O, opportunities and threat. Then U, D for decision making. Then one is called I think building, image building. Image, cloud I. What if I cloud means C for competition. L, learning, continuous learning. Opportunities and threat. D, direction for growth. I, image building. Okay, so please go through this. This has been already asked in May 24, so I don't expect this question for September 24. Okay, then comes micro versus macro. What is micro and what is macro? What is micro and what is macro? Let's understand. See, micro versus macro. What is micro? Micro means small, macro means big. Micro means immediate environment, macro means broader environment. Micro means small scale, this is large scale, this is specific, this is general. I hope you all know all these points. So external environment and internal environment. External രണ്ട് പാർട്ടാണ്. See, environment രണ്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. എൻവയൺമെന്റ് രണ്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. ഒന്ന് എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ, ഒന്ന് ഇന്റേണൽ. ഈ എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ രണ്ട് ടൈപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്, മാക്രോ ആൻഡ് micro. So what is the difference between macro and micro? I think you have already learned this in your childhood, your school days. So macro means broader one. Micro means immediate environment. Micro specific, macro general. I will give you some example. Micro examples. Okay, customer end customer, end suppliers, end competitors. Other much the politics are example. Okay, political. Say for example, government mari. That's it's a general, macro general. Technology, artificial intelligence. And the business general light at the badikum. Okay, COVID and the business general light badikum. So that's general. Okay, they influence directly and regularly, they influence directly and distantly. Then we have to learn about pestle analysis. So pestle analysis, see, you can see one question in മോക്ക് ടെസ്റ്റ് പേപ്പറിനകത്ത് ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റൻ ഉണ്ട്, പെസ്റ്റൽ അനാലിസിസ്. അതുമായി ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട പോയിന്റ്സ് വായിച്ചാൽ മതി. സോ പെസ്റ്റൽ അനാലിസിസ്, നിങ്ങളുടെ മാക്രോ എൻവയോൺമെന്റ് പഠിക്കാൻ, നിങ്ങളുടെ മാക്രോ എൻവയോൺമെന്റ് പഠിക്കാനുള്ള ടൂളാണ് പെസ്റ്റൽ അനാലിസിസ്. പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ, ഇക്കണോമിക്കൽ, സോഷ്യൽ, ടെക്നോളജിക്കൽ, ലീഗൽ, എൻവയോൺമെന്റൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ്. ഫസ്റ്റ് വൺ ഇസ് പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ്. പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്താണ്? ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി ഗവൺമെന്റ് പോളിസീസ്, ഗവൺമെന്റ് റെഗുലേഷൻ, പൊളിറ്റിക്കൽ സ്റ്റെബിലിറ്റി, ടാക്സേഷൻ, all these factors are also having an impact on the business. Maybe not general, maybe not specifically, or may not be directly influencing the business, but indirectly it's going to have an impact. Say for example, ഇവിടെ ഇപ്പൊ മോദിജിയാണ് ഇവിടെ ഭരിക്കുന്നത്. മോദിജി ഭരിക്കുന്നത് ബിസിനസിനെ ബാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. മോദിജിക്ക് പകരം നാളെ കോൺഗ്രസ് ആണ് ഭരിക്കുന്നത്. ഒബ്വിയസ്ലി അതിനും ഒരു ഇമ്പാക്ട് ഉണ്ടാവും. സോ ഗവൺമെന്റിന്റെ പോളിസികൾ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഡെഫിനറ്റ്ലി ഗോയിങ് ടു ഹാവ് an impact. May not be directly it is influencing, but indirectly it is going to impact. Then comes economic factors. Economic factors എന്തൊക്കെയാ പറയുന്നത്? ഇക്കണോമിക് ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളോട് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട്. ഒന്ന്, ഇക്കണോമിക് ഫാക്ടർ, രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത്, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്, ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ റേറ്റ്, അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് റേറ്റ്, എക്സ്ചേഞ്ച് റേറ്റ്, ഒരുപാട് കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട് ഇക്കണോമിക് റേറ്റ് അത്. സേ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ്, ഹൈ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ് ക്യാൻ ലീഡ് ടു ഇൻക്രീസ്ഡ് കൺസ്യൂമർ സ്പെൻഡിങ്. ഒരു രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ് ഹൈ ആണെങ്കിൽ, സേ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ഇന്ത്യയുടെ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് ഇപ്പോൾ 7% ആണ്. ഹൈ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ് ലീഡ്സ് ടു ഇൻക്രീസ് കൺസ്യൂമർ സ്പെൻഡിങ്, മോർ ബിസിനസ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പൊ ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ് ഈസ് ഓൾസോ വൺ ഓഫ് ദ ഫാക്ടർ വിച്ച് ഈസ് ഹാവിംഗ് എൻ ഇമ്പാക്ട് ഓൺ ദ ബിസിനസ്. പിന്നെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്, രാജ്യത്തുള്ള ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്. സേ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, when the interest rate is low, borrowing is cheaper, encourage the business to invest more business. ഇപ്പൊ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ് കുറവാണെങ്കിൽ അവിടെ ബോറോയിങ് കോസ്റ്റ് കുറവായിരിക്കും, അതുകൊണ്ട് കുറെ ആൾക്കാർ ആ സ്ഥലത്ത് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ റേറ്റ്. വാട്ട് ഡു യു മീൻ ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ റേറ്റ്? The rate at which general level of price of the goods and services rise. So rise in the price അല്ലേ. So high inflation can reduce the consumer spending. ഹൈ ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ ക്യാൻ റെഡ്യൂസ്. അപ്പൊ രാജ്യത്തിന്റെ ഇക്കണോമിയിൽ വരുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഈ ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ റേറ്റ്, അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് റേറ്റ് ഹൈ ആവുമ്പോൾ സംഭവിക്കുക, ഇറ്റ് ലീഡ്സ് ടു റെഡ്യൂസ് കൺസ്യൂമർ സ്പെൻഡിങ്. സോ എക്കണോമിക് കണ്ടീഷൻ വിൽ ഓൾസോ ഹാവ് എൻ ഇമ്പാക്ട്. ഇക്കണോമിക് കണ്ടീഷൻ ഇറ്റ് ഇൻവോൾവ്സ് നോക്കി എക്സ്ചേഞ്ച് റേറ്റ്, ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ്, ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത്. നമ്മളിപ്പോ കണ്ടുവല്ലേ എങ്ങനെ ഓരോ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് നമ്മൾ നോക്കി. ഇക്കണോമിക് ഗ്രോത്ത് റേറ്റ് കൂടുമ്പോൾ ആൾക്കാരുടെ സ്പെൻഡിങ് ഹാബിറ്റ്സ് കൂടും, ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ കൂടുമ്പോൾ സ്പെൻഡിങ് ഹാബിറ്റ് കുറയും, അൺഎംപ്ലോയ്മെന്റ് കൂടുമ്പോൾ സ്പെൻഡിങ് ഹാബിറ്റ് കുറയും, ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ് റേറ്റ് കുറയുവാണെങ്കിൽ കൂടുതൽ ബിസിനസ്സുകൾ വരും. ദെൻ കം സോഷ്യൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ്. സോഷ്യൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്തൊക്കെയാ വരിക? സോഷ്യൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറയുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഓക്കെ, ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈൽ, ആൾക്കാരുടെ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ലെവൽ, ചേഞ്ചസ് ഇൻ ദ ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈൽ ട്രെൻഡ് ക്യാൻ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ന്യൂ മാർക്കറ്റ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി. സേ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ഇൻക്രീസ് ഇൻ ഹെൽത്ത് കോൺഷ്യസ് പീപ്പിൾ. ഇന്നത്തെ ആൾക്കാർ കുറച്ചും കൂടി ഹെൽത്ത് കോൺഷ്യസ് ആണ്. പഴയ ആൾക്കാരും ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ നമ്മൾ സൊസൈറ്റിയിൽ വന്നിട്ടുള്ള ചേഞ്ചസ് ആണ് സോഷ്യൽ ചേഞ്ചസ്. നമ്മുടെ ആൾക്കാരുടെ എന്താ പറയുക, സോഷ്യൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് നോക്കിയിട്ട് കൺസ്യൂമേഴ്സ് ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ്, കൾച്ചറൽ നോംസ്, ലൈഫ് സ്റ്റൈൽ ചേഞ്ചസ്, ട്രെൻഡ്സ് എക്സെട്ര. സേ ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ഡെമോഗ്രഫിക് ട്രെൻഡ് ഈസ് ഓൾസോ ഹാവിങ് ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ്. ഓക്കെ, ഡെമോഗ്രഫിക് ട്രെൻഡ്. For example, aging population might increase demand for healthcare service. Say for example, ചൈനയിലും ഇന്ത്യയിലും സംഭവം 140 കോടി ജനങ്ങൾക്ക് കൂടുതലുണ്ട്, 140+ കോടി ജനങ്ങൾ. പക്ഷെ ചൈനയിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ വയസ്സായിട്ടുള്ള ആൾക്കാരാണ്. അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മുടെ ഹെൽത്ത് കെയർ സർവീസ് നല്ല ഡിമാൻഡാണ്. ഇന്ത്യയിൽ കൂടുതലുള്ളത് യൂത്തന്മാരാണ്. സോ അതുകൊണ്ട് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ ഫീൽഡിൽ ഒരുപാട് നല്ല ബിസിനസ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഉണ്ട്. സോ ഡെമോഗ്രഫി ഈസ് വൺ ഓഫ് ദ ഫാക്ടർ ഇൻ സോഷ്യൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ്. പിന്നെ കൺസ്യൂമേഴ്സ് ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ്. ഇപ്പൊ നിങ്ങൾ നോക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ ആൾക്കാരുടെ സ്പെൻഡിങ് ഹാബിറ്റ് ഒരു ചേഞ്ച് വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. നൗ ദ പീപ്പിൾ ആർ റെഡി ടു സ്പെൻഡ് ഹ്യൂജ് amount of money for the comfort. Say for example, when Vande Bharat was going to launch in Kerala, I was of opinion that people will not opt for Vande Bharat because of its high cost. ആൾക്കാർ അത് വാങ്ങത്തില്ല എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ. പക്ഷെ പിന്നീട് ഞാൻ നോക്കിയപ്പോൾ വന്ദേ ഭാരത് സീറ്റ് ടിക്കറ്റ് കിട്ടില്ല, അത്രയും ബൾക്ക് ബുക്കിംഗ് ആണ്, അത്രയും പെട്ടെന്ന് ടിക്കറ്റ്സ് ഒക്കെ സെയിൽ ആവാണ്. ആൾക്കാരുടെ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ചേഞ്ച്. നൗ ദ പീപ്പിൾ values of time. They are ready to spend money. So consumer attitude on the difference. Then technological factors, obviously technological advancement, technological infrastructure, innovation rate, artificial intelligence, all these going to have an impact on the business. Legal factors, obviously various laws and regulations. ഞാനിപ്പം ഇന്ത്യയിൽ വന്ന് ബിസിനസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ പാലിക്കേണ്ട laws and regulations, നോർത്ത് കൊറിയയിൽ ഞാൻ പോയി ബിസിനസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ ഞാൻ പാലിക്കേണ്ട laws and regulations, all these are going to have a huge impact on the business. And finally, environmental factors. What are the various environmental laws and regulations we need to follow? Environmental regulations, ecological issues, sustainability practices. Say for example, ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാൻ പറ്റും ഈ എൻവയറമെന്റ് വരുന്ന ചേഞ്ചസ് കാരണം people have started shifting their vehicles from petrol and diesel to electric cars. So ഈ പെട്രോൾ ഡീസൽ കാർസ് വിറ്റുകൊണ്ടിരുന്ന അവരുടെ ബിസിനസിനെ അത് ബാധിച്ചില്ലേ? Why? Because of environmental factors, global warming, എന്താണ് ozone layer depletion, all these will have an impact on the business. So it's very important that pestle framework assists in analyzing the macro environment. Macro environment പഠിക്കാനുള്ള ടൂൾ ആണത് pestle analysis. Macro environment പഠിക്കാനുള്ള tool ആണെന്ത് pestle analysis. So pestle എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് political. Political means how and what extent the government will intervene in the economy. Government intervention in the business. Economy means inflation. നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ പറഞ്ഞു inflation, growth rate, per capita income, unemployment, all this. Social means how affect the demand of companies product. Technology can sometimes an opportunity for the business, sometimes it can be a threat to the business. I have seen in my Instagram like driverless cars in China, sorry, driverless car in China. China Uber driverless ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ സ്കാൻ ചെയ്ത് അകത്ത് കയറുന്നു, നമുക്ക് വേണ്ട ലൊക്കേഷൻ കൊടുക്കുന്നു, driverless car ആണ്. See, just think about that. If ഇന്ത്യയിൽ നാളെ ഡ്രൈവർലെസ് കാർ ഒന്നും ഒരുപാട് ഡ്രൈവേഴ്സിന്റെ ജോലി നഷ്ടപ്പെടും. ഒരുപാട് കാർ ഡ്രൈവിംഗ് ഇൻസ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂട്ട്സ് ഉണ്ട്, അവരുടെയൊക്കെ ജോലി നഷ്ടപ്പെടും. സോ ലീഗൽ, ഹൗ കമ്പനി ഓപ്പറേറ്റ്സ് ഇസ് കോസ്റ്റ്, വാട്ട് ആർ ദ വേരിയസ് laws and regulations of business has to comply. And finally, environment, growing awareness to climate change is also. Climate change is also having an impact on the business. Say for example, ഇപ്പൊ മഴ കുറയുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അത് ടൂറിസത്തിനെ ബാധിക്കും. മഴ ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് കൂടുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അതും ടൂറിസത്തിനെ ബാധിക്കും. ഇപ്പൊ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ വയനാട് വലിയൊരു ദുരന്തം നടന്നു, അത് അവിടുത്തെ ടൂറിസത്തെ ബാധിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. സോ all the climate change is also having it will create new markets, sometimes diminish or destroy the. ഒരു സ്ഥലത്ത് മഴയില്ലാത്ത സ്ഥലത്ത് ഇപ്പൊ നല്ല രീതിയിൽ മഴ പെയ്യുന്നത് അവിടെ ഒരു പുതിയ മാർക്കറ്റ് ടൂറിസത്തിന്റെ ഒരു സ്കോപ്പ് വരും. മറ്റു സ്ഥലത്ത് നല്ല മഴയുള്ള സ്ഥലത്ത് ഇപ്പൊ മഴയേ ഇല്ല, അത് അവിടുത്തെ ടൂറിസത്തെ ബാധിക്കും. സോ ദീസ് ആർ ദ ടോപ്പിക്സ് we have discussed in chapter number 2. I think we have covered almost all the topics. Just topics discuss. We discussed about KSF, PLC, experience curve, attractiveness, common VSA. We have discussed almost all the topics we have discussed. So this is all about our chapter number 2. See, actually this is a revision video. So if you have already covered once your strategic management chapter 2, this video will help you to revise fast. Okay, so my intention was to cover this entire chapter 2 in 1.5 hours or something like that. So I don't have the സമയം എടുത്തു എനിക്കറിയില്ല, ഒരു 1.5 hours almost all the topics, key topics ഒക്കെ cover ചെയ്ത topic തീർക്കാന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു ഉദ്ദേശം. If you think this video is going to help you, please like the video, share with your friends. കാരണം നിങ്ങൾ ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത്, ഷെയർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്, കമന്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, it gives me more motivation. That's the motivation. എനിക്കുള്ള motivation to do more and more these kinds of video. I know there are certain videos that കുറച്ച് പ്രശ്നങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉണ്ട്, and I will be trying to improve my faults, and I will be coming back with next video. So till then, goodbye, signing off. See you, Sanjay Prabhu. Study well. Okay, thank you.